Hello YouTube, this is Grave Ender and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And in this episode we are going to be 100% completing Chapter 1 of Act 4. So we're going to be getting all the goodies and all the rewards from that. Now, let's just jump right into it. We got our team set up, we got everything ready to go. We don't need to see any dialogue. We've already read it all. So we don't need to catch up on any of that. We've already done it. So good to go. We just got to fight our way to the end here and claim our rewards. And then we'll start working on Chapter 2. Now, obviously, some of you guys probably know or can tell that some of my stuff is pre-recorded. And I post it up for you guys periodically so you guys can watch it. Or at least record in advance, that way I can have it ready to go for the days to come. I didn't really have a lot done like that for the Thanksgiving break, so we didn't get a lot of videos put up during Thanksgiving break, so now I'm trying to get a little bit more stuff in, that way I can post it up to you guys every single day. Now, it is currently Sunday, and I'm guessing this video is probably going to go up around on Tuesday or Wednesday. Whatever day of the week it is when it goes up. Apparently that's when it goes up. But today's actually been a pretty decent day, I gotta say. I got to spend all Thanksgiving week with my kids. I had my youngest son from Monday until Thursday around 1 o'clock. The oldest in the middle I got on Wednesday. And I had them until today around 2 o'clock. And usually I keep the two oldest ones, or at least normally I keep all of them on the weekends. I'll have them Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever days it falls on. Sometimes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But usually I keep them a pretty good while on Sundays. And that's really the reason why I didn't get a lot of time to do videos this week, is because it's really kind of hard to record when they're here as much as they are. I had them, absolutely had them all week all week. Well, it's it's going to be last week whenever this video goes up. It's currently not last week right now, but currently it's still this week. Yeah, it's confusing. I just confused the hell out of myself, I think. But had them a lot over Thanksgiving week, we'll just say that. And that really didn't give me time to record, because I can't record during the day when they're here, because it's really neglectful to them to do that. At least in my opinion it is. It's like I'm not going to board myself up in my bedroom where I record as it is anyway, and be like, no, you guys stay out of here and leave me alone. I'm not going to have anything to do with you and blah, blah, blah. I got stuff I got to do. I don't like doing that. I mean, we come in here sometimes because the kids like me to watch me play some video games. That's their choice. I don't ever make them do anything, but sometimes they like to watch me play games like Star Wars Battlefront. They actually enjoy it. My oldest one, we did it a few days ago. They came in and wanted to watch me play Battlefront, so they asked me, can you go play Battlefront and let us watch it? So the oldest one and the middle kid, they pile up on the bed behind me, and they actually watch me play a game. Most of the time, the oldest one's playing his 3DS while he's in here. So it's really kind of cool to be able to do that kind of stuff and them actually enjoy it. So plus it gets them away from the TV and watching cartoons, and because it's starting to get a little bit cold here where I'm from. So we don't really go outside as much, and it's been raining the past 2 days. It's been raining, so we really can't get out and do anything. That we usually go outside sometimes. They got a trampoline and got it's gonna be a good story for them when they get older. At least for me to tell on them when they get older, but most of the stuff that we get are hand-me-downs. The trampoline was a hand-me-down. The trampoline was a trampoline that my mom had previously had, but everything else, everything on it was tore up except the frame. So we had a frame, but no bouncy mat, and that's, no enclosure because my kids are pretty young. Oliver, my youngest, he's 2, going to be turning 3 in February. So you can't really you can't really just let him go on a trampoline without some kind of protection around it. So I had to get a net too, and thankfully, the net was found by my mom for free. I don't know how in the world she did that. Like she saw it sitting outside of somebody's house, and she went up to him and she just, hey, how much do you want for that? Blah blah blah. And I guess she'd seen it had been sitting there for a long time, and she just stopped and asked him how much you want for it, and they're like, dude, nothing. You just take it for free. Just get it out of our yard. So it was perfect netting. It was still in the box, So the only thing I ended up having to pay for on that trampoline was the actual bouncy mat. I had to buy a new bouncy mat for it, and that literally cost like $35-40. So it was, it's probably a $200 trampoline when it's all said and done, and I paid $50 for it. So you really can't complain about it. The kids love it though. They like getting on it. They obviously like fighting on it. I've got 3 boys. That's all they literally do is fight. So, well, Julian, the middle one, he fights. The other 2 probably would be just fine not fighting, but Julian likes to fight. So, Oliver likes to play fight, not really fight. His big kick right now, he is on, is Ghost Rider. He loves Ghost Rider. He thinks it's awesome. He thinks he is Ghost Rider. And I think it's kind of cool, I think it's cool. I think it's fun. And War Machine just whooped my ass. But he came down Monday. And I think we watched Ghost Rider once on Monday, twice on Tuesday, and we watched it once on Wednesday. We watched it twice on Wednesday. We watched it once before Atticus and Julian got here, and we watched it once after they got here, and it completely freaked out Julian. It absolutely just scared him to death completely. I don't know what the deal is. He is absolutely afraid of everything, and I have tried my best to kind of break him of that by I don't know. I probably shouldn't tell him myself, but I kind of try to break him of being scared of stuff by making him watch scary stuff. If that makes any sense. If you see that it's not real, then you won't be scared of it anymore. So, kind of had him watch The Curse of Chucky, and it kind of backfired on me, and it didn't work out exactly the way I thought it was going to. And that night, he did not want to sleep with his Charlie Brown doll anymore. I think it's funny. That's just me. Other people probably sitting and thinking, "Oh, you're a horrible dad." No, I don't think I'm a horrible dad. I don't abuse and mistreat my kids. I just make them watch scary stuff. But I mean, that's like the only time I've made him watch a scary thing though. Now, sometimes they pick out scary stuff and watch it. That I can't help that. Yesterday, Saturday, I told him it was time for bed. It was like 10:30, and they didn't want to go to bed, and that was my TV time. So they ended up watching 2 episodes of Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead. And I mean, that's not my fault that they stayed in there and watched it. I told them to go to bed. They could have just as easily went to their room and turned on the TV and watched cartoons while they waited to go to sleep. But instead, they wanted to stay with me and watch the scary TV show that I was watching. And then they want to come sleep in the bedroom with me. And it's like, nope, not happening. My bed. I bought. I mean, you guys saw it in. If you watched the 500 subscriber episode, you saw the bunk bed that I bought for Atticus and Julian. Oliver still sleeps with me. He's 2 years old. Be 3 soon. He's got a bed in their bedroom, but he's not to that point yet where he's ready to sleep in his own bed. So he still sleeps with me. That's not a problem. He's tiny. I can deal with him. I bought the bunk beds to get the other two out of my bed because it was absolutely driving me nuts. Before I got those bunk beds, the only bed that I had really was for Atticus, the oldest one. He had a toddler bed, which is now Oliver's bed. So we had that, and Julian had his baby crib, which was absolutely fine because I think he could still sleep in that thing right now if he wanted to because it was huge. It fit a toddler mattress. Say it was the same size bed as Atticus's, but with bars because I don't trust Julian as far as I could throw him, and I could probably throw him pretty far. If I really wanted to, I could probably throw him pretty far, but he's mischievous. He's the devious one of the three. He can be pretty evil sometimes, so I love my kids. I do. I love my kids, but Julian's pretty evil sometimes. He's sneaky too. If he can get away with it, he will. I took a bath yesterday, and he snuck into some stuff he shouldn't have been in. Stuff he had, and he hides it in the couch, and it's like, one of the things he snuck into was a ring pop. Everybody, if you don't know what a ring pop is, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but a ring pop, it's a ring that's a sucker, and kids love them, and they've been around since I was little. But he snuck into it, and he got it. And once he heard me getting out of the shower to come back into the living room, he hid it. And it's like, I noticed that the bag that they were in was moved. So that was my first, instincts. Like, somebody's been in this. And it's probably Julian. So I started talking to him and asking him, like, what'd you get into? Where's what you took? And it's always, I don't know. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do it. Not me. And it's always like that with him. So, instinctively, while I'm talking to him, I notice his mouth's blue. So, it's at that point, it's like you really can't lie to me anymore because I'm kind of onto you, and I know that something's not right here in the fact that, your lips are blue. So either you're like oxygen deprived and you need to go to the hospital, or you need to tell me where the ring pop is. And he just keeps on with his little story about he didn't do nothing. He don't know where it is. So I play it up and I let it go for a little bit, and eventually you gotta put the foot down, and I put the foot down, and he let me know exactly where it was, and he'd hid it in the couch. A ring pop that he had already sucked on. Anybody that likes suckers knows that if you put a sucker anywhere after it's been eaten, it's gonna collect whatever is around it. Plain and simple. That's all there is to it. It's gonna collect. So he'd stuck. I don't know what he was planning on or what he was thinking at the time when everything happened, but I guess he thought it would be okay just sitting down there in the couch chilling and getting all disgusting and nasty and whatever, but it really didn't work out for him. So he ended up probably getting about 5 to 6 minutes with the ring pop, and then it got put in the trash. Whereas if he'd have just waited and asked me for it, he could have had it. So I mean, it's just little. I think they're funny stories to me. Stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. But, this week's been really good. I enjoyed my time with the kids. And then tonight, Sunday night. It was like 5 o'clock Sunday. Got back home around 10:30ish, I'd say. But my cousin, they bought tickets for us to go watch WWE live. It's a house show, nothing. I mean, they say WWE live, but it's it's live for the people in the crowd, but it's not live for anybody else. So we went and watched a house show. It's stuff that I was used to doing whenever I was younger. Used to go watch a lot of wrestling. Not so much anymore, mostly because I'm a grown adult and I kind of feel weird going and nobody going with me. So, but he invited me to go, so I definitely wanted to do that, and I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was a pretty good show, if I can say so. Not exactly the best main event for a show. Wasn't exactly something I would want to watch. But other than that, it was pretty good. Trying to think what all we saw tonight. I think the opening match was Eric Rowan versus Ryback, and it was actually pretty decent, considering the two people that were in it. And then we went into what was next? I don't know for sure. I want to say the next match was the NXT match, but I'm not completely sure. I have a hard time remembering things as it is, period. My memory is absolutely not the best in the world, and I'm wondering why we keep getting poisoned from every champion that we're fighting in this thing. It's absolutely killing my health. But I think the next one was the NXT Championship match, which absolutely blew my mind because I didn't know that he was going to be there that night. But it was Finn Balor against Baron Corbin, which Baron Corbin is absolutely not the pick I would have chosen to go up against someone of the caliber of a Fergal Devitt or Prince Devitt or whatever you want to call him, Finn Balor. Finn Balor is excellent actual wrestler. Baron Corbin's kind of crap, in my opinion. But overall, it wasn't a horrible match, but I just don't think that Finn Balor got to actually show what he could do in the ring to some of the people, because he absolutely got no crowd reaction whatsoever. And I'm not one of these guys who's really big on wrestling's real and it's always going to be real to me. You know, I know it's not real. It's a male soap opera, and I'm cool with that. Absolutely cool with that. Still love it, though. It takes a lot to do what those guys do, regardless of if it's staged results or not. Still takes a lot, and I think it's really good. I always have liked it. I haven't watched it a lot recently, as there's not been much of anything on there that's really piqued my interest and made me want to watch it, so kind of haven't. But I've got to say, it was probably one of the best house shows I've been to. Aside from the ECW house show that I went to right after WWE had purchased ECW and brought it back as its own product, even though, you know, it obviously wasn't the same ECW. It wasn't as good as it once was, but it was still a good show because it was right in the very beginning of everything. Whenever they still had some of the old ECW guys still with the company before they started getting rid of them and bringing in all the new talent and stuff. But tonight was pretty good. Gotta say that much. Best match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. Hands down. Even though Ambrose kind of no-sold the Kevin Owens throwing him into the ring steps. Kind of hit it like a pansy. But I don't blame him. I wouldn't put my body at risk either for a show that's not going to be televised. Not if you don't have to. But I gotta say, it's been a pretty good week. Hopefully, we'll be more of a schedule moving forward, though, and not have to worry about missing episodes or not having certain things on days. I'd like to have at least one contest video every day and one actual video game playthrough every day. So that's what I'm gonna focus on trying to do. The problem is just got to try and make sure I get everything done before Thursday, or at least before I get the kids on Thursday. That's the biggest thing. It's hard to, like I've said earlier, it's hard to get recording stuff done with the kids here, and I really don't want to take time away from them. So there's gonna be days that it's just gonna be pre-recorded stuff, and that's just the way it is. Because first and foremost, I'm a dad and a parent, so when they're here, I'd like to spend my time with them. But don't worry, we'll get everything caught up and we'll be good to go in the next couple of days. I think I'm actually getting my butt handed to me because I'm talking a lot and not concentrating on this. I've lost 2 champs. This is more than I have ever lost on this at all. I mean, I don't know if that path that I took was just a hard path. There was a lot of poison immunity for some reason stacked on champions. I don't understand that. Maybe it was just some nodes that I wasn't paying attention to as well as I probably should have, but that path was absolutely ridiculous, it seems like. But we're done. And we got some pretty good rewards out of her. Quest crystals, revives. Crap, I forgot. This whole time I sat here and played this and forgot to do my XP boost, but, you know, it's whatever. Could have been some good experience, but missed out on it. Now let's check out our rewards. Trust, 100% explored. Found rewards. Quest exploration rewards. Chapter exploration rewards. This is the stuff that we want. This is the big stuff. That right there is definitely a big thing. Mastery point. That gives you a mastery point for something else you can do. 5 3-star signature stones. So it's okay. That's okay. I've been getting a lot of those from duplicating 3-star champions, but if you don't have that ability, it's a good way to get your signature ability built up on champions that you wanted on your 3 stars. 75 5-star hero crystal shards, and I can't wait to keep getting those and getting them more. 54-star hero crystals, 40 units, which will cover the energy refill that I had to buy to do this. So, and the Ascendant Crystal, which, I don't know, I'm on the fence with them. Oh, this isn't a lesser, this is a big one. This is an actual Ascendant Crystal. Heck yeah, this is probably going to be a good one. At least I hope it is. These crystals offer class ISO 8 with a rare chance to obtain tier 4 catalyst or an alpha catalyst. And I keep seeing people pull friggin' tier 4s out of some crystals out the rear end in my alliance. Out of the Alliance Quest crystals. And it blows my mind. It's like I haven't pulled anything good. The lesser Ascendant crystals that I got for just running through this, the 5, I pulled 2 alpha catalysts out of them. And I've got 5 alpha catalysts sitting in my inventory just waiting to be pulled out, and I can't do anything with them. Anything whatsoever. But I do have one good thing that's going to come from having those, I guess. Out of the Luke Cage arena, I didn't do a lot in it. I got enough to get the 2 premium hero crystals. And I thought, it's 2 premium hero crystals. I'm just going to pop them open and, I'll get 2 2-stars. And like my mind was absolutely blown. I don't know why I didn't talk about this earlier, but my mind was absolutely blown. I popped the 2 crystals, and I got a 4-star Iron Man, a champion that I did not have before. I do not have a 4-star Iron Man, or didn't, but I do now. So I can do some leveling up ranking up videos with him coming up this week. Probably closer to the end of the week because I don't have any tech tier 2s, so I'm gonna have to wait for the wait till Saturday at least to get those. But we've got a lot of good stuff coming up, guys. A lot of good stuff. We'll be having a crystal opening this week of at least 10 premium hero crystals because I am going to go for Luke Cage. So look forward to that coming up because I will get enough crystals in that with what I've got right now to actually do 10 premium hero crystal shards. So got that coming up, and that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I can't think of anything else. Like, there's a lot of stuff running through my mind right now because it's been a long week. But remember to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links will be in the description below. And as always, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.